August 15th, 7:06. Been foggy out on the big muddy. And I just found this. Barely sticking out. Come on, be all there. Oh, look at that little killer. Look at that little killer. Like a little king's point or something. That's what I'd call it. Isn't that a beauty? Heck yeah, that's the way to start the day. Thank you, Great Spirit. So I just come a long ways through here. Most of it's all like that. It's mucky, nasty. You can't hardly see nothing. And most of the time I was like looking right there, just a little bit is washed. Usually not a whole lot right here at this end. So I'm just kind of trucking my way along, trying to get where I need to be to meet Huck. Spot that nasty covered little thing down there. Do that. Definitely a little blade. Yeah, you can even see the working on this side, even though it's all nasty and mucky looking. We'll clean it off later. Well, find is a find. It's always worth our time.
I've drove it for 2 years.
2 years.
Haven't found an arrowhead off of it. He drives it for about 2 hours, and look what he finds.
Dirt's been hard on us, but
that is a beautiful Etley. It's a well-deserved Etley. It's a beautiful.
You betcha.
Sure. But it should be mine.
It should be his. I couldn't help it. I couldn't put that in the bucket.
Oh my!
Not when you can see it.
Oh, you'd be crazy. Drop that on the screen and
plain as day.
Awesome find.
Just a tad little flat spot on it. Still killed.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Can't wait to see it cleaned up. I'll kid you not. This first spot you go through, it's so full of rock. It's crazy. Just crazy. And I'll kid you not, I stopped to light a stogie, and I seen this little, looked like a point sticking out, like a tip or something, and I juked it and flipped it over, and when it flipped, I just seen them side notches. I was like, oh my gosh, you're not kidding me. And most of them, yeah, we could always do a cleanup right when we find them in some of these areas instead of waiting and doing one when we get home. But sometimes I like to wash that muck off of them good. Ain't that a pretty little side notcher? Heavily ground, but that's a Robinson. Killer. Awesome possum. Thank you, Great Spirit. Miss my buddy Hook. He's been at home laid up with a leg, bum leg, kind of like my buddy Jersey. She's at home laid up too. Well, out for a little bit this morning. I think it's Friday, like the 28th or something of August. Out just checking a few spots, and I just spotted that apple creek right there. Got the tip knocked off of it, it looks like. God, look at that. Ain't that pretty though? Well, that's one thing about Just City Church. It's always pretty. Always pretty. Well, thank you, Great Spirit. Keep looking. See that down there? Old Binkley's here for a visit. He found him 2 brokes this morning. We've been out pounding a little bit of ground. I think this will make like maybe my 5th find for a while. So I could probably stick a video together. Look at that little birdie. Like a little Scalorn point. A little crazy little skinny base. Isn't that something? Stellar. That's stellar. So, like always, we thank the Great Spirit. What's today? Today's Monday. Over the weekend. I don't think it's as bad today, but we ain't been getting. Our sun's been smoked out a little bit from all them wildfires out west. Oh, everything's all just kind of laid out random. There's that little preform I found trucking back through the gravel. That was a luck of a find there. Then this crazy little thing poked out doing a little surface poking around at the property. Napped out meaner than a crooked stick. Off a big flake piece too. May be some kind of perforator. They made a lot of perforators and drills up there. The property or any late archaic Etley site around us. Speaking of late archaic Etleys, this thing here, it's a shame I ain't gonna get the light to show it much better. For a piece of quartzite, that's a really nice point. Got just a little stack on this one side, and I'd call it more a smetley than a true Etley. But she's a smoker. Oh, let's see then, what do we have? We had this off the river. This little King's Point. Had that little section of it there. Maybe made that way. Sorry. There'll be teeth on it too, you see that? Pretty colors. Oh, then we had this Robinson Point. Late archaic dart point. Etley culture. And this beauty. Now, this could almost fall into an Afton, but man, I really don't think so. I think it's just crooked. He stayed with the crookedness he had going at the bottom all the way through it. Our Aftons have, man, we have the classic kickers on most of our Aftons. What an awesome pattern though, huh? Both sides. Just a beauty. Oh, and the tip was made that way. It's not really nicked off. Just made flat. Unless it was so thin, they popped it off. Better slip that one in the correct pocket. And this little bird point. I remember my first bird point I ever found in the Big Sea. It's like a little Scalorn. It has some heavy serrations on it. And it has a tiny little stem. Hey, get out of there. That's a hole I gotta close up yet. That's why I got my extra wire over there and over there. We had that before, but then we fenced in the whole yard all the way around. Little old Jersey. She's starting to do better. Oh, sorry. Their scar's looking. Hair's finally grown back. So anyways, that's that. Don't have very many little bird points with a little stem on them like that. I usually expand out to some kind of base. Well, hope everybody's doing good. Jersey, did you fart? And stay easy. Remember, live every day like it's your last. Or your first, whatever your perspective is. Just live it to the fullest as you see it. Later.